Let's go on. I've created these 8 building blocks of your wealth consciousness, other ways that we need to really clean up how we're approaching our process and interaction with life. Number 1, be mindful of deadening your consciousness. The excessive accumulation of money deadens one's consciousness of it as energy and heightens one's awareness of it as a fixed material reality, limited in quantity no matter how much one accumulates, and therefore ever in danger of being depleted, stolen, or lost in a market crash. So if we're hyper-focused on the thing of money or whatever it is, suddenly we're deadening our awareness about what money actually is, which is energy. And then that is a lowering of your magnetism at that point. And the simple fact is that the more people have of money, number 2, money is security, usually the more fearful they become of losing what they have, because they accumulate money to gain a sense of security, but very often feel less secure in its very possession than they did when they had so little, that attachment to holding on to it. So that's the other piece of this pie, that you accumulate a lot of money and then immediately you start worrying about when it's going to dwindle or when it's going to run out. So that again takes us back to the security exercise, I believe was week 3, that we don't get security from money or anything else. And when you go into this place of money is my security, or whatever it is you say is your security, you're immediately out of balance. And you're immediately, in some ways, when you're striving for money, you tend to be almost more in balance than when you have it. Because when you're striving, you're more focused on doing and being the right thing. But then when you get that pile of money, then it flips over to the other side, where suddenly you're no longer about creating, it's about holding on to and not losing. And that's a different set of energies all the way together. So when you look at number 1 and number 2 here, if you, either time you look at the consciousness or the money itself as something other than energy, then you're going to find yourself in a different set of experiences and feeling potentially out of control, or like something that matters to you, your life depends on it in a certain way, if that makes sense. So let me know if this is making sense to you. So, and number 3, balance is really the answer. You know, the best course where money is concerned is to seek to attract as much as you need, but not try to become a multimillionaire, because the strain isn't worth it. And what I mean by that, if you think about it, whenever you get past $1 million and start going up that ladder, usually you can't handle it on your own. You have to bring other people into the equation, which is a bad thing if that's what you want, if that's what you want your life to be about, managing money and how you manage all these investments and this and that and the other. If that's something you like, then this necessarily isn't the conversation for you. But in general, the typical person doesn't want to have all these different people in your life and have to pay attention to all these various instruments and processes to maintain all these various streams of income and the people involved in all that. And at the same time, manage their own mindset about material reality and their security. So when we're out of balance, like if it becomes all about the money and managing the money itself, then we start to reach a point of diminishing returns at some point. It's just inevitable. And in some way, because if we're hyper-focused on one area of our life, we're probably not paying attention to other areas of our life. I mean, how many of us have had partners or friends who have high level positions in a business or organization and they're working all the time, or you can't get a hold of them, or their health is deteriorating for some reason because any number of reasons about that out of balance part of their life takes from them, you know, and their family relationships really, they really suffer. And that doesn't mean at some point, I'm not saying that sometimes we don't have to invest more time. I mean, we're all here on a Saturday, including me, but I won't be here indefinitely, and neither will you. This is a short-term investment of time to do something, become something, expand something. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It's not a way of life per se. Okay.